Good morning, everyone. It's June 7th, and I'm here with my right-hand man on the staff here at St. Elizabeth's. This is Jack Polito. You've seen him in other videos.
Yep.
Some of them you've seen him at Mass as well. Jack has been our business manager here for about
6 years.
6 years. And Jack is actually going to be retiring in a few months from now. So I wanted him to come on to this video for this week to kind of share with you a little bit his own experience as our business manager, but also to kind of, I'm reaching out to all of you as a favor. If you know someone as talented as Jack is and as willing to work hard as Jack is, and you think it's someone, I'm not looking for a parishioner, so it could be, you know, a friend of a parishioner, referral from that. Jack's job is a very important one as a business manager, and he's going to explain a little bit that to all of you. But I just want you to sit back, relax, enjoy. Many of you have interacted with Jack already. You know what a great man he is. He's the father of 5.
Yes,
And
5.
grandfather to how many?
5 and 1 on the way.
5 and 1 on the way. Okay, so that's great. So could you just tell me a little bit, like, how did you come here? Obviously you were here before me. So
Right.
I've been here for 4 years,
Right.
so you were 2 years before that.
Right. Well, I came here because I was sort of aged out of the corporate world, which happens to many people in my age group. I had been living in Canada, working for a Canadian company, moved back to New Jersey, living with my parents. They were both in their late 80s. So I really felt that it was important to stay local and be able to help them. And that the job at Church Nativity came up, business manager. So I took that because got me back in the workforce and allowed me to stay home and help my parents.
Yeah.
And living in Waldwick, so it was an easy commute.
Yeah, and you did a great job taking care of your parents. I do remember.
It was a challenge.
I remember doing a
It
lot
was
of
a
those
challenge
stories.
for anybody who's done it. It's a
Yeah.
challenge.
And I know Jack's brother as well, Tom. He looks just like him too. It's just
Yeah.
very funny. But share with the parishioners a little bit, like, well, what was your background in terms of?
Yeah, I worked for 25 years at Moody's Investor Service. I'm an academic retread, so I moved from the academic world to the corporate world. And as I said, for 25 years I worked for Moody's and for Dominion Bond Rating Service, which is located in Toronto. It was a fascinating corporate career. I spent a lot of time doing budgets and financial analysis and planning and managing. So it was a really good, rewarding corporate career.
Cool, good. And then I know a lot of that talents and skills that you acquired segued over here to your work.
They did.
I'm very grateful for. But could you maybe describe to someone who's maybe watching this video, maybe it was forwarded to them by one of our parishioners, what would you say are like the key aspects of the job?
Well, obviously you have to be familiar and comfortable working with numbers and financial analysis. You're very financially oriented, so this is a very busy place, so there's a lot of data that has to be managed and massaged through on a weekly, monthly basis. Also strong interpersonal skills because you're working with the staff, parishioners, the archdiocese, vendors, so there's a lot of interpersonal skills, and writing and communication skills as well. All those come together to really make this job the challenge and the interesting position that it is.
Right, and the general programs, I mean, it's QuickBooks, it's Excel.
QuickBooks, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, and all the little software that the Archdiocese has, but there's nothing's complicated and
Right,
really.
you're not writing code.
We're
or
not
something
writing
like
code.
that. Okay,
No, we're
good.
definitely not writing code.
And what would you say are the best or favorite part of the job here? I mean, I know working with me, I'm sure.
Of course.
Of course.
Working for Father Stephen, of course, is at the top of the list, but it's the entire staff. This is a very family-like, professional, collegial staff, so it makes it very, very easy to work with. Certainly working in St. Elizabeth's is a lot different than working in Church Nativity. It's a bigger parish, it's a more vibrant parish, it's a growing community. The opportunity to do legacy projects like building a daily mass chapel, building the gazebo on the field this year, doing all the work that we've done in a short period of time is really rewarding and typically isn't part of what a business manager's job would be like. So it's very much more rewarding and challenging. Every day is new. There's a new challenge every day.
Yeah, and the projects range from, you know, trying to get a new contract for the garbage disposal to, you know, putting solar panels on top
Exactly.
of the school to
Exactly.
building a daily mass chapel.
Exactly. During a pandemic.
During a pandemic to renegotiating our photocopier lease. So I mean, there's a whole bunch of different
Exactly.
things, and as Jack said, he does have all those skills. And if anyone feels that you have those skills and you're looking for meaningful employment, and very rewarding, I think,
Right.
too, right? Working
Absolutely.
with the church
It's very rewarding.
is something really great. But maybe also, if you don't mind, just sharing with the parishioners, like, why you're leaving. I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a great job, you love
Right.
it and everything.
Yeah,
and
yeah, exactly.
Father Stephen's such a wonderful boss.
Yeah, exactly. It's so hard to leave. It is. It's so hard. I don't know. I think the timing is right. As you mentioned, I'm going to be retiring and going to be relocating to Delaware, which will get me closer to my children and my grandchildren. But also, you get to a certain part of life, and as you know, I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan, and
Yes.
I went to see his Broadway show, which is a fabulous show. If you see it on Netflix, do so. And toward the end of the show, he reminisces about sort of as you grow older, you realize that as a young person, you have an open book of blank pages, and that the fun part of life is filling all those pages out. As you get older, there's less and less pages, but you still have them. There's still a few left. So I just think, in the words of Bruce Springsteen, it's time to turn the page for another blank page and start writing.
Yeah, and we will miss you. I mean,
I will
I've
miss
said
this.
this
I will
to
miss
Jack.
this.
He's truly my right-hand man, and Kathy, who's behind the camera right here, she's my
Hey, Kat.
left-hand woman. But really, the two of them are the ones I deal with the most in our staff. And then obviously we have all of the priests, the deacons, the entire staff is just a wonderful group to work with.
It is.
So if you're interested in succeeding from Jack, he will be staying to probably end of January, beginning of February
Exactly,
next
yep.
year. But we're looking to hire someone probably around October. We're thinking September, October, November, somewhere in that time frame, because we feel that his successor will need, probably like 3 solid months of them working together, showing them where all the files are, explaining all the different nuances. So
Well, it's for new. I'm working with the Archdiocese, parish, yeah.
yeah, and there's a lot. But if you're interested, please reach out to Jack. His
Please do.
email is on our staff sub page on this website, or you can also see it in the email we send out. So Jack, thank you on behalf of all the parishioners
Thank
for the 6, soon to be 7 almost
Yeah, 7
years,
years, yeah.
that you've been working with us. Thank you so much for that.
It's been an absolute pleasure and a wonderful learning experience.
Thank you. And we'll say bye to the parishioners.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.